now coming near to end of the little short vowels that you find above or below the letters. We have to go over tanween, but for now we're looking at the shadda and the sukun. So the shadda, you notice it is this shape right here. This okay, looks like a W, and the symbol behind it, or the logic behind the symbol, is that it's a double letter. Okay, so it's doubled up. So just as you see it's doubled up here, it's like a double loop. So likewise, it means that you doubled the pronunciation of that letter. You hold the letter down for 2 beats. So in this case, you have tebet. Right, this word right here is tebet. Right, will be incorrect. The right way to say it is tebbet. Okay, in Surah Tabbat Yada Abi Lahabin wa Tab, Surah Al-Masad. And by the way, when we talk about makharij, you might hear the type of whistling when you pronounce the t. That's actually incorrect. If you're doing that in a regular reading, like any regular word, that's fine. But when you're doing it in Quran, it's incorrect. You have to make it dry. Tabbat. Okay, you hear the difference? Tabbat versus tabbat. So that whistling sound you want to avoid when pronouncing the ta, and that subject is called makharijul huruf. Makharijul. Okay, and that's more of a subject of tajweed, or a subcategory of tajweed, as opposed to Arabic. So, but obviously, as you see in these videos, we're sort of mixing the two together. Now, by the way, whenever you have to talk about anything related to tajweed, it doesn't apply to regular reading. So, if you're reading a regular book or a hadith and you whistle your ta, it's no problem. But in tajweed, it is. So this example is tabat, whereas the correct pronunciation would be tabbat. Okay, tabbat. So you hear that? Tabbat. Tabbat. All right, so that's the shadda. When you see that marker, that's what you have to do. Now sometimes if you have the fatha above it, it would be shadda with the fatha. If it's below it, okay, sometimes they'll just put shadda and a dash below it. That is the kasra. And other times in the Quran, you will see the dash below the actual letter. So you see shadda above and kasra below. The other way to do it is shadda with the kasra underneath the shadda. Okay, so that they're compounded in one form. All right, next you have the sukun. And the sukun is a circle right here. And the indicator of this circle is hollowness, i.e. nothing inside of it. That's the meaning of that's what the sukun indicates, that there's nothing inside of it. And therefore there's no vowel. So in this case, you would say bism. And in every other time in the Quran, in the name of is written like this: ba, alif, sin, mim. However, for the basmala, bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, it's unique and it's written without the alif. Okay, as one, bism. However, for example, in Surah Al-Alaq, which we're about to read, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق, it's written with an alif. Okay, bism. So bism, I don't say bisam, bisim, busum, bism. And this one, again, this sukun is on the lam. Bil qalam. Bil qalam. So I will not pronounce any vowel after the lam. It goes straight into the next letter. Bil qalam. Alright, so with that, let's go to our reading. Alright. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Suratul Alaq. Ain, Lam, Qaf. All of this is decoration around the letters. Iqra. Sukun. And sukun, you'll find it coming at the end of command tense verbs, telling us to stop. Okay, so that sign of a command tense verb is the sukun, which grammatically the case is called jazm. So that's what, if you ever hear later on when we get to grammar, you hear the word jazm. Okay, iqra, bismi. Here we go. Iqra, no vowel. Iqra, and bismi, no vowel there. Bismi. Okay. Rabbika, rabbika, alladhi خلق اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان خلق الإنسان إخفاء خلق الإنسان. Remember when I said إخفاء, it means nasalization and we're going to cover that when we get to the rules of noon, sakin, and tanween. Okay, and it's called إخفاء, where you don't pronounce the noon, it goes straight into your nose. خلق الإنسان من علق. He created the human being from a clot. اقرأ وربك الأكرم. Here you have a sukun. الأكرم. الأكرم. No vowel. No أكرم, أكرم, أكرم. No أكرم. الذي علم بالقلم. الذي Again, this word is a very high percentage word. You should know it by now. Alladhi, the one whom. Allama. Here's a shadda. Allam, not alama. Allama, taught. Allama. Okay, it's called the intensive form of the verb. Allama, he taught. Allama. Bil qalam. Here's a sukun. Bil qalam. Now, this ayah, the one who taught with the pen. That's what it means. And this ayah indicates to us that the preferred method of writing, of all the things that Allah created, and He caused the human being and allowed the human being to create many ways of transmitting information. One is by typing it into a typewriter, typing it into a computer, etching it into a stone, painting it with paint. Of all these, He preferred the pen. Why? The pen, what are the reasons why? It's actually, you can think about it. It's like a ma'qul al-ma'na, something that you can understand why it's preferred. There are no distractions. It's easy and there are no distractions. Etching, painting, that's hard. Computer, great, too many distractions. Use a pen, it's one tool. The attention of the human being is taken away from the tool. The problem with the computer, the tool is so mesmerizing. All right? The tool itself is a distraction. The pen does not distract you. It forces you to be creative. And there are so many creative ways to things you do with a pen. You take a person and give him some caffeine and make him think, and all of a sudden you will find the paper filled with ideas. Whereas you actually don't have that much flexibility with the keyboard. Okay? So, but the computer, it does have a lot of distractions, the tablets, and they talk about this, that the tool of technology, even for kids to read, of a computer or a phone or even adults, the tool itself is so amazing that it's a distraction from the content of what's being used by the tool or read by the tool. So that's why books and pens are mentioned in the Quran. Now, obviously, the skeptic and the kafir is going to say, well, yeah, that's what existed, so Muhammad couldn't have written anything else. Well, we will say, all right, I mean, what difference does it make? The tafsir and explanation of a kafir is of no significance to us. Right? Allah Azza wa Jal knew, وَيَخْلُقُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. He tells us in the Quran, Allah tells us, He will create what you don't know yet. Okay? And all these tools, we believe, and with certainty, they're in the foreknowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So He's emphasizing for us the pen is for wisdom. Let's continue on. This same word, allama, He taught. Allama. Al-insana. Okay? This word comes again. It's up here, al-insana, and here, al-insana, the human being. مَا لَمْ يَعْلَمْ. ما لم يعلم. Okay, sukun, sukun, sukun. ما لم يعلم. All right, all sukuns. He taught the human being what he doesn't know. كلا, nay, sukun right there. Shadda, sorry, shadda. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى. Nay, verily the human being goes beyond his bounds. ليطغى. This lam here is for certainty. لا يطغى. Okay, sukun right here. يطغى. He goes beyond his bounds. أَرَّآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. أَرَّآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. That he sees himself having no needs. Okay? Here is the shadda, and these two letters are going to give you idgham. أَرَّآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. So you're not even going to hear. Idgham means complete annihilation of the noon into the ra. أَرَّآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. Not أَن رَآهُ, not أَن رَآهُ. أَرَّآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. Complete annihilation of the noon into the ra, or tucking it in completely. Ar-ra'ahu istaghna. Okay, and that happens with 6 letters. Yarmalun. Ya, ra, mim, lam, waw, nun. Yarmalun. Again, this is tajweed, but we're tucking it in here, and when we get to the actual lesson on idgham and the nun sakina and tanween, we haven't even studied tanween here, so just whenever I'm saying something and we haven't covered, just keep it in the back of your mind, because when we do cover it, at least you'll have heard it before. When he sees himself, the human being sees himself having no needs. The idea of rich in Islam does not mean having a lot, it means having no needs. And that is a very liberating idea, because it allows the poor man to be rich. All you have to do is stop desiring stuff. Right? It's an act of the heart. Inna ila rabbika ruj'a. Inna ila rabbika ruj'a. Verily, to your Lord is the return. Inna, verily, you should know this one. Ila, to, another very common word in the Quran, and rabbika. Here you have the shadda. Rabbika, shadda with a kasra. Rabbika, not rabbaka, rabbuka, no, rabbika. And here it's with the fatha. Inna, not inni, innu, no, inna. Ila rabbika ar-ruj'a. Verily to your Lord is the return. Verily to your Lord. This is the word Lord. Rabb and ka is your. Now here, you have to know the difference between fatha and alif. You have to say inna, not inna. Inna is alif, right? Inna is fatha. Okay? Verily unto your Lord is the return. Ara'ayta, have you seen? Here we have a sukun on the ya. Ara'ayta. Alladhi yanha. 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 Okay, prohibits. Here's the noon. Yanha. And again, this is called alif maqsura. It's alif and ya in a combination letter because when it ends here, it's an alif. If you're gonna add something to it, it becomes a ya. Abdan, abdan, a servant. Abdan. Of course, the word abd comes many times in the Quran and it means servant, slave. Abd. Okay, and here's you have a sukun. Abdan. إذا صلى. Here's a shadda. صلى. Okay. If he prays. Have you seen the one who prohibits the servant to pray? Okay. He prohibits a man when he prays. I'm talking about Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab. Ara'ayta. Again, ara'ayta. Have you seen? All right. Have you seen? And that's yeah right there. Ara'ayta. In kana. In. There should be a sukun here. All right. In kana alal huda. Is he upon guidance? Have you seen if he's upon guidance? أو سكون أو أمر بالتقوى. And here you have Shadda and Sukun. بالتقوى. أو أمر بالتقوى. Do you see that this person, does he look like he's on guidance? Okay. Is he doing good, doing righteous deeds, etc., avoiding evil? Is he upon guidance? Does he know, does he have a methodology for doing things or just random? Okay, just following his whims. That's the opposite of huda. أرأيت إن كان على الهدى. Have you seen that? Does he look like he's upon guidance? أو أمر بالتقوى, or commanding to piety, to goodness. What is piety? Piety means we believe in certain principles. There we have a method of knowing what's right and wrong, and then we make ourselves and we strive and struggle to follow that method that our intellects and our hearts have come to. Okay? أو سكون أمر, he commanded بالتقوى. Right there, Shadda and Sukun. Right, we'll finish the rest of the surah in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.